Welcome back from that break. Let's take a look at news in business. In business today, 1,000 delegates recently met in Ghana to address a key challenge facing Africa's digital future: data privacy. According to Global Systems Mobile Association, Africa has great potential to profit from a digital transformation that could provide much-needed jobs and improve access to quality services, including finance, healthcare, education, and agriculture. Home to the youngest population in the world, Africa is progressing rapidly in digital adoption. Underpinned by rising mobile connectivity, the continent has recorded the highest growth globally in internet access, moving from 2.1% in 2005 to 24.4% in 2018. According to the GSMA, the mobile economy is forecasted to reach 7.6%. $214 billion of the overall African GDP by 2020. Edna Mobilu joins us to explain the future of the mobile user and how telecoms can adjust to their needs.
I had a conversation with a gentleman called Gabriel, and he was there at the beginning of the mobile money drive in Kenya. He's now with GSMA. And what he says is that the future mobile user, we call them the future mobile user, but they're already here. You and I want everything on our phones. You know, you're looking for information. If someone asks you a question and you're not quite sure, the first thing you do is pull up your smartphone and check. Then you pay your bills on the phone. But what he said that caught my attention was the fact that fine, we have the convenience now, but we are going to demand even more convenience going forward.
Is that so?
Yes. So his argument is that I pay my bills on the phone. So there is a record. My mobile telecom service provider knows my Yaka number because I pay through their system. So what he says is, can my energy provider and my telecom provider work together such that when I am ready to, when I am due to pay a bill, the energy service provider and the telecom service provider just alert me on my phone that, oh, Edna, your bill is due. Click here to pay.
I like that Facebook makes things easier. You search for, say, I'm looking for shoes like this, a whole bunch of whatever kind of shoes will show up the entire time you're on Facebook.
There will be pop-up ads coming through.
Pop-up ads from all corners. I think that is a very, very good future we're looking at.
Well, it will make us a bit lazy, but yeah.
We're already lazy. I think I wonder what will become of us. But that's a very good one. So we should be able, our telecom companies should be able to, you know, work with the service providers and see what and how to make our lives very convenient. I look forward to that time. Thank you, Edna.
Thank you, Lynn.
That was news in business. Now for a Pearl of Africa, earlier this year, the talks to develop a hydropower project at Murchison Falls dominated the media space. Many tourism operators were against the idea because of its tourism potential. Murchison Falls is also referred to as the Kabalega Falls. Now this waterfall is located on the Great River Nile between Lake Choga and Lake Albert. The eye-catching waterfalls are located within the Murchison Falls National Park. Let's look at why Murchison Falls remains Uganda's top tourism destination.
The moment that makes the adventure to Chinyandongo district worthwhile is Murchison Falls. The magnificent Murchison Falls leave you speechless, since the view ranges from the wide flowing waters hitting the rocks back and forth to the evergreen vegetation laying on the rocks. The falls are coupled with a national park with vegetation characterized by savanna and woodland. The two are home to many wildlife animals such as hippos, crocodiles, lions, leopards, elephants, giraffes, oribis, Uganda cobs, chimpanzees, and many bird species.
And of course, males are more thicker than the females.
Murchison Falls National Park is recognized as one of the best national parks in Uganda because of the so many tourists who visit annually. Accessing the park takes about 5 hours from Kampala by road.
For more Pearl of Africa stories, visit our website www.newvision.co.ug/Pearl of Africa. Or you can also grab yourself a copy of the Sunday Vision that carries more of these adventure stories. For a special report, most people in Zimbabwe are surviving through the daily challenges that come with an economy that is performing poorly. It is 6 days since founding President Robert Mugabe died. For some Zimbabweans, he died after being ousted from power in 2017 because it was unimaginable to shove him out of power. New Vision TV takes you through the life of a man, an icon who faced down arrogant imperialists, white supremacists, and segregationists.
On February 21, 1924, Robert Gabriel Mugabe was born in a Catholic family at Kutama Mission, northwest of Harare, Zimbabwe. He is remembered as a loner and a studious child known to carry a book, even while tending cattle in the bush. When his father walked out on the family while he was 10 years, the young Mugabe concentrated on his studies. This gave him the edge to qualify as a school teacher at a young age of 17. He was an intellectual who initially embraced Marxism. This was seen while he attended Fort Hare University in South Africa. He met Southern Africa's future nationalist leaders while here. After teaching in Ghana, where he was influenced by former President Kwame Nkrumah, Mugabe returned to Rhodesia, present-day Zimbabwe, where he was detained after engaging in nationalist activities in the year 1964. Mugabe spent 10 years in prison.
I am president of my country. We have our own rules here. I say we are sovereign. They should not interfere with our sovereignty. That is all.
Sadly, his 4-year-old son he had with his first wife, Ghanaian-born Sally Franska Hayfron, died while behind bars. Then Rhodesian leader Ian Smith denied him to attend the funeral. The former political prisoner turned guerrilla leader swept to power in the 1980 elections after the growing insurgency and economic sanctions forced the Rhodesian government to the negotiating table.
Unless the British revise this power structure of the transitional period, we cannot see ourselves participating in any elections at all.
We will fight the white man. We will fight until the last of us falls naked with nothing.
While in office, he won international accolades for his declared policy of racial reconciliation and for extending improved education and health services to the black majority. But his shine faded quietly.
For the first few years, I think you have to say that Mugabe was a very wise leader. There were some major catastrophes, particularly by the use of too much force to put down what he thought was rebellion in the west side of the country. But really for the first 10, perhaps even 15 years, Mugabe led the country very, very well.
Mugabe had taken control of one wing in the guerrilla war for independence, the Zimbabwe African National Union, and its armed forces after his release from prison in 1974. His partner in the armed struggle, the leader of Zimbabwe African People's Union, Joshua Komu, was one of the early casualties of Mugabe's crackdown in dissent. Nkomo was dismissed from government, where he held the Home Affairs portfolio after the discovery of an arms cache in his Matabeleland province stronghold in 1982. After decades in which the subject of succession was virtually a taboo, a vicious struggle to take over after his death became apparent among the party elite when he reached his 90s and became visibly frail. He had been rumored for years to have prostate cancer, but according to the official account, his frequent trips to Singapore were related to his treatment for cataracts. He once said that he would rule his country until he turned 100 years, and many expected him to die in office. But his health weakened. The military finally intervened in late 2017 to ensure that his wife, Grace Mugabe's presidential ambitions were ended in favor of their own preferred candidate. He is known to have used repression and fear to hold on to power for half of his 37 years until he was finally ousted by his previously loyal military generals stand against him. After his humiliating fall from office in November 2017, his phenomenal physical stamina swept away rapidly. Robert Mugabe was pronounced dead on 6th September 2019 at the age of 95. Some Zimbabweans consider him as a liberator who delivered the country from the hands of repressive white minority.
And that was New Vision TV News. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you next time. I leave you with a fact file.